Hey, I'm back. So, continuing from where I left, another group of people that I owe forever the debt of love is my mom's family, our extended family, because they embraced us and took us in as family. They jumped in the new role that they had not asked for very graciously and abundantly. Like, they covered us with so much love and joy. And my mom, after nursing, she was able to go back to school. So my aunt took me in. She was newly married. She didn't have a child of her own at that time. So yes, newly married and you're taking care of your sister's child. So I went to live with my aunt for my nursery school and kindergarten. They got their child and we grew up together. But also that for me is also something else that I would not know how to repay, because that's a sacrifice. Everybody probably wants to get married and enjoy their marriage life. You're not looking forward to get married and taking your sister's child and take them to school. So yes, I'm grateful for my aunt and the discipline they taught me, the few challenges of being a social being and relating to other kids in school. Know how to write, how to use a handkerchief, how to be clean and neat. You see how kids come back from school. So they extended so much love and so much grace and gave me the cover of having a family at that young age as my mom went back to school. So when mom was done and she began work, I went back to live with her and of course started going to school. And so I remember I would stay with mom during school days. Then siku ya kufunga shule, like after we are done with morning assembly, my uncle would come for me and kwa gari hadi ushago. And then I would stay with my grandparents for the whole holiday until Sunday, so that Monday we are going back to school. So my grandparents throughout my lower primary school were my parents. That's where I spent my free times with. If I'm not with the teacher, then I'm with them. So they are the ones who shaped my life. They are the ones who gave me the idea of what to do with your free time. My grandma is the one who taught me to cook most of the things and how to be a girl, and of course the discipline that comes with it. Then there is my grandfather. My grandfather played such a critical role because I believe he was the first father figure I interacted with and shaped a lot of my life. He was a headmaster by then, several schools. And in those days, being a teacher it was a social status, like you had position in school. There were so many people looking up to you. You'd have leeway in so many things. And so my grandfather is the one who opened up the world of other people. Like, he would allow us to go with him to his club meetings. I think sasa kama leo kuna golf club, but sasa golf clubs hizo siku where we would meet the who's and see how the quote unquote elite in our society was. He traveled a lot and he would give us stories of how Tanzania was, how Uganda was, which country was in wars. He would bring us gifts. I remember he loved watches. So like every country he went to, he would bring me a watch or a garment. And I remember the most precious watch I was given was from his trip from Tanzania. Yani that watch was classic. It was just gold. It was so expensive that my mom decided siwezi vaa hiyo, ataniwekea until I'm done with form 4 ndio anipe. That's a story for another day. But he brought us me and my cousin, I had a cousin by then, he brought us very expensive gifts. Like, he treated us like we are the best children. Like, he totally celebrated us, and he allowed me to be part of his life. Like, he would his own kids. He's also the one who introduced money and the value of working hard. We would do work and chores around ushago, cause ni mob, and he would give us money. he didn't make us feel like you have to work juu nyinyi ni watoto. No, he was like, you worked, so you get reward. And so that was instilled when I was very, very young, that you have to work to get a reward. No, full stop. Work, get a reward for it. He also is the one who taught me to garden, the importance of, gardening, and trusting us, delegating and trusting us with responsibility, because everybody was given, me and my cousin were just two of us, was a boy, we were almost the same age. We had a cow, everyone had a cow that they would feed. We probably 6 years, 7 years, 8 years up lower primary, we had a cow. We had a piece of land where we would go to the market, buy our seedlings, come plant, water, and then celebrate when we are harvesting. We were part of the harvest team. Like if leo tunachuna avocado, kila mtu ako na mti yake. Like he treated us as adults. He taught us responsibility and the joy of working at something and then seeing the fruit of it, like loving the process. Also, very importantly, my grandfather is the one who introduced, and I credit my academic success to, quote unquote. He told us that math is fun. I know math is supposed to be hard. Math was difficult. Math is the reason why we did not succeed for most children in school. But before I knew that, he introduced us to math and taught us that math is a fun game. Like math, he told us that math is a walk in the park. So for the holidays, we used to go to, every holiday home, and we have days we had big holidays. It was like a whole month, so those are like 3 months, because you go April, August, December. We are with them. He would buy us books. I remember around class 2, he bought us a geometrical set. If you're my age, geometrical set, we used them from class 4. But in class 2, before I'd even seen, he introduced it, and of course we were excited. He introduced it to us. He introduced us to using it. In class 2, I knew how to draw. There we were drawing a circle, and then you construct a square or a triangle inside the circle. Yes, I could do that in class 2. So by the time I got to class 4, and other children have been introduced to geometrical set and how to draw a circle and square with a compass, and it was difficult. For me, that was a walk in the park. And so that boosted my ego, like, wow, I can do this. And then also there's that feeling of, if you're good in math, then you can hack every other subject. So generally, I was a good student. I wouldn't even say I was average. I would say that I was a good student throughout my academics. Actually, in my primary, when you scored 100%, because those days you can actually get 100% because it's ABCD, you'd be given 100 bob during the assembly. And not bragging, but I got a few times, maybe not even a few, that's been decent, but I got several hundreds for getting 100% in my mathematics, like from class 6, class 4, 5, 6, I bagged a few hundreds. In my high school, I was part of the math contest gang, wale wasichana wachopi wa maths. That was me, and that I credit totally. I don't think I had a chance to think whether I love education or not. No, my grandfather taught us, introduced it, and made sure that we performed. So I credit my academic performance to my grandfather. Other than my grandparents, then there was also my uncles who were there for me, especially the youngest uncle, the youngest brother to my mom. Of course, he disciplined us. He was there for my dentist appointments. I remember we had an accident when we were coming from the dentist. He had taken me to the dentist. Like for, those holidays when I'm at my grandma, if there's anyone who needs to be sent to run errands with now this new entrant of the family, was him. So I have a lot of stories and a lot of memories that we have with him, and he was so gracious. He's the dad you'd play with. He was there. He was really there for me. And maybe what I remember most and I feel indebted to is when I got my phone, that is now when I'm grown after high school. Every day of my birthday, every birth date, he would call me and sing for me happy birthday. Like he's now married, he has his own children, he has his own family, but he still remembers my birthday. He still takes time to celebrate my birthday, to call and sing. Like how do we even repay such kind of love, for someone to celebrate me all those years? He stopped when I got married, I think aliachia bwana yangu, but for me, him celebrating me all those years without fail, without forgetting, like hata kama nobody would remember my birthday, the fact that I knew there is one person I would count on. No, those days when I'm in campus or I was away from home, I knew there is one person I'll count on to remember my birthday, and not just to remember, but to sing for me a song. I actually don't have anyone else in my life who has ever called to sing for me a song over the phone. That's him, and I thank God for him. May God, totally bless him and honor him. Anyone else I want to celebrate? I'm indebted to love. Yes, one more person. Chani kunye maji nikuje.